Hey, what's up everybody? This is Mr. 008 here, and today I have for you another video for Bloons Tower Defense 6 covering update 35.0. So in today's video, we are going to be testing out the buffed Comanche Commander. So I don't know if it's quite as strong as it used to be back when alchemists would buff the mini Comanche planes as well as the big one, or if it's not going to be that strong. I'm guessing it's probably not going to be that strong though, because that tower was pretty broken. I'm debating whether I want to play on logs or cubism. I'm going to go with cubism because I just thought of the poll that I put up on my channel not too long ago. It may have been a little while ago, but I asked what you guys think the easiest map in the game is, and if I recall correctly, Cubism got both or all of the votes on that. I think it was 2 or 3 votes. I accidentally hit Sandbox, so let's go back in here and play on Impoppable. So what we are going to do is be testing the Comanche Commander to see how far it can go later on in the game, and in order to do that we will need to save up for it first. So let's go ahead and get a tack shooter to start off, and we can also get maybe a dart monkey or a sub or something like that to assist with the popping of the early game balloons. We almost missed that green balloon there, but so far we are doing fine. So we are going to need to do some substantial farming, and I have monkey knowledge turned off for this game. The reason for that is not necessarily that I don't want to use it, it's just that I'm used to not playing with it because of my map guide series, and most of the time that I play BTD6 these days is for YouTube purposes. That being said, I do still like the game. I don't think that it's, I'm not getting bored of the game, put it that way. It's just that most of the time that I do play, it is for the purpose of YouTube videos. And I like putting out content for this game because it is fun, it's strategic, and I like how Ninja Kiwi has been updating it over the years with new game modes, and also balancing and all of that. The balancing especially is great, but all the other content that they've been putting into this game over the years is pretty nice too. So now we have enough money to get our first banana farm right there. And we should probably get a bit of a stronger defense as well. So we will get faster shooting on this tack shooter. And for some reason, the first bunch of bananas on this round got automatically collected, and so did that last one. Not sure why it's auto-collecting, because I was not even touching the farm. Now it's back to normal, it looks like, but now it's auto-collecting again. I can't complain about that though, it's just something odd that I've never run into before. Looks like we upgraded that farm a little bit too soon. So let's go back into the game right here and try that round again. So I'll get even faster shooting since we are dealing with pink balloons now, and that should be enough, I think. Looks like it is barely enough, but yeah, I think I'm going to get a sub or something pretty shortly to help out as well, or maybe I'll just go straight for a helipilot. In fact, that may not be a bad idea. Probably not the most cost-effective because it is pretty expensive, but at the same time it is a decently strong tower, so we'll see. So there's our first second-tier banana farm right there. And I would like to talk a little bit also about some things that I've been thinking about for the future of my channel in this video. So, I do want to put out some new series on this channel, both relating to Bloons and relating to other things. So, I would like to put out a video in regards to YouTube and its policies and what I think of that. So that will be, I don't want to say coming soon and then it doesn't come soon, but I would like for it to come soon. I'll put it that way. Also, I would like to put out some new types of BTD6 series and possibly start some other games up on the channel. I'm not going to name any games just yet. After all, I have not done my 3,000 subscriber special video yet. So stay tuned for that. And it's looking like we can probably just get like something small to complete this round. Let's try 202 for attack shooter and see if that's enough. It does look to be enough. Nice. So helipilot is 1920, so that is a little pricey, but even with not going like all out on farming, I think that we should be fine this game. Because we did, if you didn't see the last video we did, the one about the Bloons solver, at the end of that game I had like $420,000 saved up, and lots of farms on the map. So I don't think it really matters where we put our helipilot, so I'll just put it right around here and lock it in place for right now. And overall, it is decently powerful even without any upgrades, so that I do like about it. And it looks like we will need some lead popping power for next round. And I have the solution for that. So let's get an alchemist right there. And while the alchemist, I'm not sure like how much it will be able to strengthen my Comanche Commander. I still would like to just get it there. One, to pop the leads, and two, to remind myself about like having it there for later to buff the Comanche Commander once we get to a point that it can't hold its own without buffs. And then we can apply that and see how much stronger it gets. So there's our second farm up and going. And we have the Moab coming in 8 rounds. And we are going to keep going here with our farming in the meantime. So it does look like we may need a little bit better defense now. Let's see if this is enough. The second tier dart monkey. It's looking like it is almost enough. I'm not sure if it actually is enough though. It's not quite enough. So let's redo this. I don't mind going in and out of the game like that. Hope you guys don't mind either. So let's see if we can target strong and see if that does better. So we can pop the yellow layers first, and thus they won't go as far first. And then we can switch back to first right there to avoid any leaks right there. But unfortunately that does cause a yellow to sneak through there. I don't really understand why, but targeting is kind of complicated in this game. So I'm going to get probably triple darts, and that will be more than enough for this round. That does set us back a little bit from farming, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. So here is our third farm. and we should be good to keep going. So we are now 5 rounds out from the Moab, and I think that we will need to get some more defensive upgrades pretty soon, but overall, I think we will be just fine in the end. And I think that the Camgro Greens, good, our Dart Monkey can handle them. And there is our 4th second tier farm. And we can start getting some marketplaces pretty soon as well, which will be nice. So let's get quad darts right there on our helipilot, and overall I think that we should be fine as long as we get a little bit more camo popping power, and it's looking like we need just a little bit more for that. Actually, let's try out the camo targeting option, because I'm pretty sure there is one now, right there. And now that we have that, we should be able to do better without needing to get more camo popping power. We can just target the Dart Monkey onto the camo whites right there. And it looks like it's almost enough, but not quite still. But with that Dart Monkey right there, it is enough. Nice. So I'm going to get faster throwing right there for the extra lead popping power on our Alchemist. And we will continue to see how we do. So let's go back in and see right here. What should we get? Actually, I'll try larger potions instead, since it's cheaper. And we can also get hot shots, will do, right there. And that should be fine. Let's also get our helipilot upgraded a little more. There's 202. It does not have camo detection, but I will take care of that soon with a village. So it's looking like we are fine. We just need to make sure we can take care of the ceramics inside this Moab once we pop it. And it looks like we can. I was a little surprised that the ceramics didn't give us more trouble there, but overall, that is a good thing. So let's just keep going with our farming, get some marketplaces as well, and we should be able to continue upgrading our helipilot pretty soon. So looks like we need more camo popping power, and we have to go out for that. Shouldn't be an issue pretty soon though once we do get our village. I'm not going to get the village just yet. Let's just get another Dart Monkey right there, and we should be fine now. Yep, all good. So we're about to get our second marketplace right here. And pretty soon I will get that village. I'm not sure if I want to get it just yet because of wanting to keep on farming. We don't need to farm to this extent, I don't think, but in Bloons at least, I can't say this in real life, but in Bloons at least, greed is good. Just make sure you're not so greedy that it costs you. The thing about that is, I wish that greed was more costly in real life, because some people take it to, like, the next level, and, like, take it too far, and they don't end up paying a price for it. But it would be nice if they did have to, so that they could be taught that greed is not a good thing when taken too far. But, getting back to the game, we have 4 marketplaces now, so that's some decent farming. And I think it is about time for us to get this village. So, let's put it right there or so. There is the radar scanner. And there is the jungle drums. We should probably also get the Comanche defense as soon as possible. So the ceramic wave right there almost made us lose, but it barely did not. So overall, I think we are still fine. These ceramics, on the other hand, a little bit different. Those ceramics were, they didn't get as far, but I feel like there were like just as many, if not a few more of them. Then again, there weren't green balloons coming in behind them. So, there are the camo ceramics on round 51, and I think we are good so far. And I almost forgot that we get that missile attack with the third tier now, which is pretty cool, the Moab Shove. That being said, it is a nerf if you are trying to stall. But if you're not trying to stall as much, and you still want just that little boost to your popping power, I think it's a buff compared to previously. So, now that we have a central market, I think it is time that we go for that Moab Shove, because the balloons are starting to get stronger and more numerous. And I think we do have to go out and go back in now. So, let's see what we can do for this round. And, let's see. I'm thinking maybe airburst darts and advanced intel for the sub might be enough. I'm not sure, but hopefully this will be enough. Yes, it is. Nice. So now we can get the Moab Shove again. And we can save for the 4th tier, the Comanche defense. And I'm probably going to get that before getting any more central markets, just because defense is pretty important, and we aren't in the best situation on it just yet. So we're almost around 60, the BFB, and I think with the 4th tier we will not have an issue with that. So let's get that. And the mini Comanches, as you can see, they do add quite a bit of power to this tower. That being said, they are not permanent until the 5th tier. And they do get even stronger at the 5th tier, so something tells me that we are going to get pretty far with the 5th tier. That being said, I still don't think that it's going to be as strong as back when the Comanche Commander was broken, before the Alchemist interaction was nerfed with this tower. So there's the BFB, even without a mini Comanche until the end. Wasn't that bad. So, with that in mind, I think round 63 won't be too big of a deal either. So, we are 1 round away from those big ceramic rushes, and we will see how that goes. So, I also wanted to mention I have been trying to hold my phone differently while recording, in a way such that my right hand does not cover the speaker area on the phone. So let me know how the sound quality is on these videos, because I want to make sure that it's good. And overall, as long as there are no issues with that, I think that I should be good to keep going the way I am with how I record. And there's our 3rd central market. By the way, round 63 was not a problem. So that was nice. And overall, I'm going to get the last central market, and then I'm going to get the Comanche Commander, I think. And right now we're looking good. We are not struggling that much, if at all. And with those 2 mini Comanches, you can see how much stronger this tower is. So I think this is a decent 4th tier, because Comanche defense used to be kind of crappy, before it got reworked for the Comanches, the mini ones to come out, 1, when the balloons are 25% of the way through the track, 2, when the balloons are halfway through, and all 3 when the balloons are 75% of the way through the track. And that's how they are now. They do have a cooldown, but I think that this is better than how they were before, because before I think they came out all 3 at a time, and then there was this lengthy cooldown, so they would trigger when you could have done without them, but the balloons still got close to the end of the track, and then when a bigger wave would come out, they wouldn't be off cooldown, and you would lose because you didn't have enough defense. So, that is something that I'm glad that Ninja Kiwi has changed and reworked. So we are about 60% of the way to the Comanche Commander, and our money is going up pretty quickly with our 4 central markets now. So that is nice to see. And with that in mind, we are going to be nearing in on round 76, and that has that massive regrow ceramic rush, but we will have the Comanche Commander by then, and we will see how strong it is. I'm also going to get a Monkey Intelligence Bureau even before the Comanche Commander starts to fall off, because the darts cannot pop lead balloons, and the missiles cannot pop black balloons. And that means that it will have like 0 popping power against DDTs. So I am going to change that with the MIB, like as soon as we can afford it. And then after that, I'm just going to keep on farming, because right now it looks like we do not have any issues. So I'm thinking of just selling these extra towers right here, so we can see purely on its own how powerful the Comanche Commander is. I'll leave the Alchemist there just as a reminder for when I would like to get the Alchemist buff. But round 76, as you saw, no problem at all. And round 78 probably will not be a problem either. Yep, definitely a solid tower, as long as you have the right support for it. And the MIB, let me tell you, is also good not only against DDTs, but even against just like big ceramic rushes. The MIB helps out. And here's why. Because when you pop the ceramic layer, you get 2 rainbows. No problems with those. But then when you pop each rainbow layer, you get 2 zebra balloons inside of those. And zebra balloons have black balloon properties, so they're immune to explosions. And as such, the missiles will not do that well against them. And then when you pop a zebra balloon, you get a black balloon and a white balloon. So against the black balloons, the missiles won't do well either. So for that reason, you are best getting the MIB so that you do not have any kind of weakness like that. So there was the ZOMG on round 80, no problems there. And we can almost afford a Monkey Wall Street, so that we can, again, become too big to fail. So I am looking forward to that. Let's get it right there. I decided not to change the placement of it, or get a 5th central market and then upgrade, because I'm not taking farming to quite the level that I did in my previous video. But let's just keep on getting some more farms, because we can, and also because in case we need money more so than I were to have expected, later on in the game, we have it. We don't run into any issues there. So, it's looking good so far, around 84, and we are not falling off yet with this tower, even without buffs. I mean, it does have the jungle drums, so it's not buff-free, and it also has the MIB, but overall, again, not bad. So there's our first BRF, and we will be getting another one very soon, judging by how quickly we are making money here. And the Alchemist does not have even the acidic mixture dip, or AMD for short. So just to be clear, in case you guys thought that that was a second tier Alchemist, it is not. So with only MIB and jungle drums and camo detection, this is how strong the Comanche Commander is thus far. And here's round 87, full ZOMGs. The second one just popped completely, including the balloons inside of it. There's the third, and there's the fourth. So you can tell this is not an all-powerful tower, but it is definitely better than it was before, because it was OP when it came out, and then it fell off really badly beyond that, and then it was buffed in this last update. So it's not OP, it's not broken like it once was, but it is still a pretty solid tower, unlike how it's been pre this update, but post-nerf. So here's round 89. It looks like the fortified balloons are giving us a little bit of trouble. And for those of you who don't know, the fortified super ceramics inside of those fortified Moabs, past round 80, those have 120 hit points. So they're like mini Moabs. They have more than half the health of a Moab, and they move a lot faster. And they do not take extra damage to towers that deal extra Moab damage, but they do take extra damage from towers that deal extra ceramic damage, such as the Ring of Fire, the Inferno Ring, the Juggernaut and Ultra Juggernaut, etc. So it's looking like we are doing fine so far. DDTs on round 90 were a non-issue. So it's looking like we are starting to struggle though with this tower. That being said, for its price, it is still a pretty decent tower, and it's in a good spot, I'd say. It's not OP and it's not underpowered, so I do like where it's at. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I mean, I do think it is kind of strong for its price, but then again, I am using some buffs on it, so that may be influencing my perceptions of how strong this tower actually is. So here we are, round 93. DDTs again were not a problem. Fortified BFBs are getting substantially farther though. I'm eager to see how we do in round 97, which usually is not a problem for most towers. That being said, there are some towers, like the Prince of Darkness, for example, that do struggle quite a bit with round 97 with 2 fortified ZOMGs. But we are not there yet. We have 3 rounds to go, so we will see how we do here. I'm thinking I'm just going to start getting some buffs on this tower, given that it is starting to fall off and I don't want to lose, because I don't want to have to waste monkey money on continues. So it doesn't seem all that much stronger than it was before I got that 3rd tier Alchemist, but it does feel a little bit stronger. So we will see how good it is from here on out. And in fact, I'm thinking of getting a permabrew next, and maybe I'll get like an overclock and a call to arms, homeland defense, something like that. So it's looking like we are struggling a bit too much on round 95 with the tower where it currently is. So let's see if we can get, I don't think we'll be able to get an overclock in time, in all honesty. But let's see. The Alchemist is only 3rd tier now. It's not 4th tier like it was before. But I will wait to buff it until after we get the overclock, because the cooldown is not like instant. The ability is not instantly ready as soon as you get the Engineer. So let's get the 4th tier Alchemist when we can, and see if this charges up fast enough. And there is the overclock buff right there, and it's still looking like we are probably going to lose. So I'm just going to think of something different here for what we can do. So I'm thinking that the best thing to do, because I don't want to take the focus away from the Comanche Commander. So I'm thinking the best thing that we can do is probably to sell one of our farms. And we are going to get 2 overclocks right there. And yeah, let's sell right there so we have a bit of extra cooldown right there, and we will overclock right there, get the other Engineer upgraded as well, and see if we are able to avoid falling off here. So as soon as this overclock expires, I'm going to get the other one, and I'll just get it now, just so that we can try and avoid losing or getting too close. Still looks too close for comfort, I'm not gonna lie. So I'll try something else. Let's see. I'm gonna sell a Central Market instead of a BRF, because Central Market is almost the same price but makes substantially less money. So let's do that, and I'm thinking of getting the Call to Arms first, right there. And we'll activate that pretty soon, but I'm going to see how far I can get without it first. Let's activate it right there and see if that is going to be enough, or if it will not be enough. It's pretty close still, but I think we may have it, and we do have it. Nice. So now we have an overclock and a Call to Arms, and I think we're in a fine spot to continue now, and we can recuperate our farming right there as well. So I'm going to use the overclock right there because we are struggling a little bit. And I'm wondering if I want to take this to round 120 as well, like I did with the Bloons Tower, or if I want to call it at round 100. We'll see. We'll see how we do and all of that. So, round 96. Still a lot of Moabs and BFBs. Now we're only down to 1 ZOMG left right there. And we do take that down. So nice. I'm going to replace the Central Markets as I go with BRFs because they make more for a similar cost. So we have to place this just right. Should have probably placed the other one, this one rather, first, but we do get that there. And now I think it's time to save for probably a perma brew. I think that's what I want next, is the Perma Brew, because although it's pretty pricey, I think it will help substantially. So let's use the overclock right there, and let's also use the call to arms like right after, so that the two abilities will stack multiplicatively in terms of strength. And still looking like we are having a little bit of trouble here. Alright, I'll use both again, and hopefully this will be enough. So all the fortified balloons will not go down, it looks like. I'm just going to go back in. So it's looking like we will need to make a change or two here. I'm thinking that what we can do is go for a second overclock, and that may be enough. I'm not sure though. So let's get overclock and call to arms both right there. Overclock again. That way we can at least have one buff up at all times. Use another one right there. Alright, it's still looking like it's not enough. So I'm going to try something different with this. So it will mean I'll have to manually collect my bananas and all of that, but let's do this. Let's try Perma Brew right there, and we will also get a second overclock, and hopefully that will be enough. We'll try this one back. Use those abilities right there. Alright, so it looks a little better this time. I'm not sure how much better it actually is, though. Let's just use that again. And I think we're probably good. Probably. I don't want to jinx it, though. Use another overclock there, and you will now use the call to arms for the fortified DBTs, and nice, we do take those down. So here's round 100, the bad balloon, and overall it's looking like we do have some popping power for this, but it's not looking like a whole lot. That being said, for the price of this tower, I think it's still doing fairly well. And we do pop it, and we don't have to use the abilities there that we have. So, alright, there we go. Round 100 is complete. I'm gonna go to free play a little bit, not that long though. We'll see how we do. And those purples looked a little bit tougher than I would have liked, but I did honestly forget about that, because I do remember in the early days of BTD6 when I would want to play in free play, and there would be like a problem with going all that long because of, like, how can I put this? Like, the purples would just, like, run through my defense on round 101 when I least expected it, basically. going to get a second village, and I'm going to get a homeland defense when I can. I think that that's our best bet, and then we'll get the Wall Street back after, when we don't have as many issues to worry about. Alright, let's keep activating our abilities. Alright, looking good so far. And just overclock right there. Now we can have at least one of each ability up at all times, I think. So let's use the call to arms right there. And still looking like we are having some issues, but considering how many Moabs that was right there, it's not too bad. So, wondering what I can get that won't take away the focus from the Comanche Commander at this point. Speaking of which, it has almost 2.5 million pops, and I almost lost right there. I think I'm not going to go all the way to 120 because this is taking a while, so let's see what we can get. I think an Ultra Boost would be nice, but it probably wouldn't be all that worth it. So, I'm going to do something a little bit unorthodox here, just for fun. I'm wondering if we can at least not sell all of our farms, though, or if we would have to. So, I'm going to sell these. I'll get a Super Monkey right there. Looks like we do have to sell them all, so let's get that. And there's the support temple right there for buffing our Comanche Commander. And with this, we should be pretty fine. Let's see if we can at least get some of our farms back. And we'll do that. And overall, I'd say this tower is pretty strong now because we don't even have to use anything. We just get that passive temple buff right there, like pretty much the whole time. So that's nice. So I'm just going to cruise to around 120 just for fun now, because I'm not struggling as much as I would have without this temple. So let's just use some abilities right there to take care of these fortified DDTs, and I think we are good to go. So I wasn't expecting to have to use a support temple, but then again, I did use Icicle Impale in my last video for the Bloons Solver, because without that the mobs would have gone just too fast. So I'm not all that surprised, but I am still somewhat surprised. That being said, I'm not disappointed because the tower was stronger in some ways than I expected it to be. So let's just keep going here. The temple is getting some pops, but not like a crazy amount. So I think that overall, we should still be fine because we're still putting the main focus on the Comanche Commander for this video, which is what I wanted. So overall, I'm happy with the product. So we are now 11 rounds away from finishing here. And I forgot about the discount for those farms, so I waited till I had 72,000 to get the Monkey Wall Street back. But we shouldn't need all that money anyway. I'm just getting it back just in case we run into any more issues. So let's just keep on buffing our Comanche Commander right there. Just since we are able to, and because the Bloons are getting pretty far. Considering how many fortified ZOMGs that is, though, we're doing well, I'd say. So there's round 111. Alright. Let's use those buffs right there for these fortified DDTs, and we do not struggle as long as we have those buffs at the ready for when we need them. So something that I noticed, not that this is very relevant to this video, but something that I noticed that, just overall, that I kind of forgot about after I initially read about it, like when the update that this was in first came out, is that the support temple's income was nerfed. It used to give like $10,000 a round, now it only gives 5,000. And that's for max sacrifices, for over 50,000 worth of sacrifices, for reference. And it used to give a lot more money as well, even with less sacrifices. So, that's interesting. That being said, I think that the main purpose of a support temple is to buff your other towers in terms of damage, attack speed, pierce, etc. And just overall lethality against the Bloons. So, round 116, lots of fortified ZOMGs. And they are not a problem. So 4 rounds left, and here come the fortified DDTs, sprinkled in with regular DDTs as well. Now we have 3 rounds to go. To activate the abilities again. And they're with the Homeland Defense with the full stream of fortified DDTs. They were pushing us a little, but we still got them popped, so that's nice. And look at how fast these darts are being shot out. It almost looks like it's just the same darts moving slightly, like vibrating in space. And they're not even like new darts being shot out, like just because of how fast they are. And then when you speed it up even more with the Homeland Defense, it looks like the darts are traveling backwards. And I noticed that, and that's pretty interesting. Then again, the human eye is far from perfect. The human eyes can do a lot though, but they are far from perfect. I always wondered what it would be like if we could, like, see things like, for example, like if we could have the night vision of lions, for example, or like if we could have the capabilities of a high-speed camera, seeing things like microsecond by microsecond, and like just see everything in front of our eyes with that much more detail. That would be cool. I think it's a cool scientific concept to think about for the future. So there we go. We passed round 120 right there. So that is going to wrap it up for today's video, you guys. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed. If If you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more interesting content. And here we are, 8.27 million pops, Comanche Commander. And our other towers have less than 2 million, like barely over 1.5 million combined, it seems. So overall, I think I did a good job keeping the focus on the Comanche Commander this video. And it was fun. And I hope you guys had as much fun watching this as I did filming this, despite the constant in and out earlier on in the game to avoid losing. And I'm glad that I did not have to spend any monkey money on continues, unlike last video. So once again, thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you all again in the next video. Peace out.